Hi, good morning, friends. Today I'm recording my video on how to prepare audit for CA final. As I have received requests from many of you all, so how to prepare my CA final audit. So I'll be sharing my strategy, what I have adopted for my CA final exams. So if you all see, the entire audit of CA final has been distributed in three parts. First is standards on auditing. Second is the company audit and professional ethics, and third part is specialized audit, or you all can say other audits. Okay, so I'll be sharing the strategy which I've adopted for all the three these things. So first of all, I will be starting with the way of how I started my preparation. So first, it is very easy to link and understand company audit and professional ethics. So I would recommend you all to start with company audit and professional ethics on the first instance. Vis-a-vis, you all can start together standards on auditing, and then you all can move on to specialized audit or other audits. So for preparing company audit, so I would like to say all what does company audit and professional ethics mean for me. So if you all go to the index of institute from chapter number 5, audit of limited company, chapter number 6, audit report, chapter number 7, audit committee, chapter number 8, consolidated financial statements, chapter number 13, audit of public sector undertaking, and chapter number 18, professional ethics. So this all chapters constitutes company audit and professional ethics basket for me, and around it covers around 30 to 40 percentage of marks in your exams. So it is a very important basket, and it is very simple and easy to understand because you all can link it practically. Even if you have done little bit of audit, you can understand how to read company audit and professional ethics. So if you all, I'll start with the easiest, professional ethics. So professional ethics on an average has approximately 30 to 40 clauses, and with the Council General guidelines, it has around 50 provisions. So what I would say, note down all those provisions on a book, on a piece of paper or a book, and try to remember and learn it, and understand what does the provision means, and try to solve practice manual or any other sums given in the practice manual or scanner or whatever your coaching material you all have. Take that as a base, try to solve questions. So now the you all will ask, there are more than 100 or 200 questions in professional ethics. All the sums cannot be solved. So the strategy over here should be, you all should note down the provision. For example, clause 2 or clause 3 of part 1 of schedule 1. So it speaks about something, some provision with respect to that. So with respect to that provision, you all should identify how many questions are given in practice manual. Note down those questions. Okay, this question involve clause 2, this question involve clause 3, and then mark down at least 2 or 3 questions which are relevant for this clause, to make your to enable you all to understand what does the provision says and how institute interprets that provision. And note down in your notebook, for example, clause 2, write down the clause 2 and note down, okay, I have to see practice manual question number 14, 17, 21, and 24 with respect to clause 2. So your notes are also prepared in that manner, and your understanding of the provision is also done. So on an average, you all should make notes, or you all should prepare professional ethics in that way, and you all should try to read this 5566 provisions on a daily basis, so that it will help you to remember the content and the provision, and how to write the answer in exam. Coming to company audit, so it is, if you have done audit, then it is well and good. If in your articleship, even if you all have not done your audit, company audit is something which all can understand and can imagine कि हाँ ऐसा होता होगा, and it is easy to learn and understand. So I would recommend start with company audit of limited companies, then come down to consolidated financial statements, then come down to LODR, then come down to audit of public sector undertaking. In this way, your hierarchy should be for company audit. And here, very important is CARO. CARO 2016 for the attempt, those who have the exams in May or June, and subsequently CARO 2020 will be applicable. So note down, there is an amendment in CARO, so CARO will play a very important role. Now, how I have shown you how to prepare for this company audit and professional ethics basket. So now coming down to MCQ part. So what I would suggest, you all should read at least the module, study material given by the institute at least once, and mark down wherever numbers or wherever any limits or anything has been prescribed, and highlight those parts. Maybe that can come in MCQ, and that might fetch and add value. Okay, so this is how I prepared for my company audit and professional ethics, and give more time to this, because you all are sure कि हाँ इसमें on an average I can get out of 40, if 40 marks it comes in exam, so you can at least get 70 to 80%, like 30 to 25 30 you can score in this portion of your exam. So this will be scoring and easy, provided you have studied everything. Do not leave even a single question from this basket. So this is very important basket, because this is only the what I can say, the portion which you are sure कि हाँ, this is right and this is wrong. So do not leave this part. This is very important. Now coming down to standards. So now institute has removed those standards which were 800 series and onward. So now you all have standards only from 200 till 700 series. So it is they have condensed down the standards part. So now what I would suggest, you all should make your own notes, or make some chart or anything with respect to all the standards, so as to understand what is the basic requirement of the standard, whether it is a reporting standard, whether it is a procedure standard, what auditor is expected to do from this. Maybe in a short 4-5 lines or 6-7 lines, maybe in that manner, so that you all understand what is the standard for and second thing, it will help you to write at least something in exam if a question comes on that standard. Okay. And second thing, reading the pronouncement for standards is very difficult. I understand it is not possible. It is not impossible. It is not possible for to complete that in 4 months. But so in order to overcome that scene, I would recommend to take practice manual, old PM practice manual as a base. Understand what types of question institute ask, and maybe you all can make your own notes or practice manual only. Okay, this question is with respect to this standard, and this is how institute writes, and make down a chart or something in your own words, not similar language to the institute. Note down the keywords and make your own words, or make those charts or something like that. That will help you to understand कि हाँ इस chapter का flow क्या है. For example, going concern. तो going concern में what is the auditor's responsibility, what is the reporting responsibility, whether disclosure, if disclosure has been made properly. So this, so like make chart or something like this with respect to keyword, so that on the day of exam you just have to go through that chart, you will come to know क्या ऐसा ऐसा ऐसा, and that's it. So that is how you all should do standards. And I would say कि standards you all should break down every day 1 or 2 hours, because if you all sit standards एक साथ लेके, it will be very difficult. So I would recommend you all should plan down how standards you will complete. Maybe you can do standards with some what I say practical subject, maybe with FR 2 hours for audit, evening or morning, whatever your time you all can give, because that is only way you all can eliminate the entire standards, because it is very huge, and it plays a very important role in exam, because question number one is from standards on auditing, and you all cannot miss it. So it is very important, and it comes in MCQ also. Coming down to the third part, which is the other audit or specialized audit. Now in that case, I would go chapter specific. Now if you ask me banks and insurance company, so those two chapters are very industry specific and sector specific. Now in and NBFC too. So in that case, what I would suggest, okay, you all should do a question answer format learning of these chapters. Maybe you all can take any practice manual or study material or any scanner or anything for these chapters, and do a question answer learning like how we used to do in our schools. Like we used to have a chapter, and then at the end we had question answer, and then used to learn from that. Maybe you all can do for this chapter like this. And secondly, these chapters are very important from MCQ perspective, because a simple limit for banks or a limit for insurance company can come down in MCQ, and this will play an important role in your MCQ. So those chapters cannot be left. Study material is a must for reading. Reading of study material is must for these chapters. The way institute ask question is that they are not asking you a high fundu application or analytical answer in this. They are just asking you what are the processes or what are the steps. So they are asking you the basic or intermediate understanding of these chapters. So you all should read study material, and in similar lines, how banking and insurance company be prepared. We can prepare this chapters on also on a Q&A basis. Maybe institute will give you a case study, maybe a story of ऐसा ऐसा हुआ. At the end, what institute question, what are the eligibility, or whether he is eligible to be a peer reviewer, or whether whether the procedure prescribed for quality review board has been followed or not. So institute might not give you a straightforward question. They will give you entire story, but you have to identify and highlight exactly question में पूछा गया है. So all these chapters, the specialized audit or other audit, definitely institute will not give you a one-line question, right? Features or benefits or eligibility or qualifications of XYZ, but institute will give you a story, and you have to then in that case evaluate कि हाँ पूछा क्या है. So that is very important, because you all will learn definitely, but when it comes to exam, institute will give you a story, but then at the end the last sentence or the meaning of the question has to be understood, and then accordingly answer has to be written. So in this all I recommend a Q&A strategy, question answer strategy, and read study material for MCQs. Now coming down to how to write paper and how to score it on would say KC Institute example. Since first attempt, May 19 was the first attempt when MCQ was introduced. So we did not had any base or we could not connect with anyone to understand कि MCQs के type कैसे MCQ कैसे पूछे जाते हैं. But when we saw the mock paper or when we saw the what we say practice questions removed by institute, we saw that huge case studies and everything have been asked, and it is very difficult to solve it within a minute or two that MCQ. But practically, when I went for exam and when I saw the MCQ question sheet on my hand, so the picture was entirely different. We did not have huge 4, 5, 10, 10 lines question with respect to a particular question. We just had 3, 4 lines understanding analytical question for 2 marks, and for single mark a simple under what provision or what clause he is he guilty or tax audit report का ये clause क्या है for 1 mark to 2 mark. So it is all about how you read and understand the concept. So for solving MCQ, you do not invest another time to solve MCQ. See, MCQ is another way of asking a question answer. Okay. Institute could club to MCQ and make a 4 mark question in your 70 mark paper. But what they have done, that 4 mark question, they have divided into two parts and they have put it in MCQ. So MCQ need not be prepared अलग से क्या मेरे को MCQ solve करना है ये करना है. Don't waste your time on that. Try to learn and understand the concept, and automatically MCQ will be done through. So need not invest much time on solving MCQ. I would recommend to solve all the MCQs given by institute, whether it is mock paper or practice paper or anything. Solve all the MCQs given by institute. Maybe if you get any same question, then it's your luck. But I don't think any same question comes. So it's all upon how you understand the concepts. Now, last day strategy, if you ask me, would be when you all come from a SFM paper. The third paper is assurance. So by 6:37, you all can start with professional ethics and Caro. So I would recommend you all complete professional ethics and Caro by the same day by 10:30 or 11. So I used to sleep by 11. So I did not kept working more than that. Next day you can start with company audit. So what I said, the way we prepared and the final day revision will also be in the same flow. Where we will start with the basket of company audit and professional ethics, then we'll go for standards, and then we'll go for this other audit and other parts. So the day on when we come from SFM exam, try to complete professional ethics and Caro and maybe few parts of company audit. Second day, try to complete company audit, LODR, consolidated financial statement. So your company by 10 8 or 9 a.m. Try to finish it by 8 or 9 a.m. so that your entire basket of company audit and professional ethics of 30 to 40 marks has been completed, done and dusted. Now come down to the other audit, or specialized audit, which are important, like MBFC, tax audit. Then you all can do public sector undertaking, liabilities of auditor, which are easy and short chapters, not huge, big chapters like banking and insurance. Short chapters that you all can complete, and try to finish all these 3-4 chapters of all the specialized audit by 1 a.m. Then take a break, and then start with standards on auditing. So standards on auditing focus mainly on 700 series, 600 series, 500 series, and 300 series. So these 400 series are very important. 700, 500, 600, 600, and 300. These are very important. So try to focus on them and finish it by. Try to finish standards by mainly by 8 a.m. 8 p.m. in the evening. Next, you can start. Now you all are done with standards. You all are done with company audit and a few part of specialized audit. Now what you all can do, the rest of the chapters like investigation, due diligence, professional ethics. So the purpose of keeping them at last is because you all will be learning those chapters, and the pressure of completing the course will be very huge on that date. So it will be better to keep this chapter at the end so that you all can remember something and write down in exam, because it is very difficult to mug up things on the last day. Okay, so your revision strategy will help you over there. So try to keep these chapters at the last and try to finish down the course by 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. in the morning, and then you all can start 7 or 8 a.m. Then you all can keep 1 and 2 hours for banking and insurance company or any other chapter left in that course. And by 10 a.m. I think 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. you all should be done, and maybe last one and a half hour or 1 hour you all can keep it for RTP, MTP, and past papers, and to see how to write and present the answer. So this will be my final day strategy. Now coming down to revision, how you should plan your revision. So I would recommend at least minimum 3 revisions for this subject, and 3 revisions minimum at least. and post and you all can three revision. I guess professional company audit can be done and dusted. Few standards can also be done covered in this three revision. You all will be comfortable. Okay, I know this, and few chapters may require more than 3-4 revisions. So accordingly, on an average, 4 revisions will be sufficient for audit, and those 4 revisions has to be planned in such a way that, for example, if you are taking 10 days for first revision, 10 to 12 days, so second revision should take 6 days, third revision will take 4 days, and fourth revision should take 3 days or 4 days maximum. And so that you will be able to complete on final day, I have prepared, I have completed my revision, I have prepared my final, I will be able to solve the paper. Another important tip on audit, how to score good in audit, is if you are confident that you have writing speed, then well and good. If you're not confident on your writing speed, try to give a mock, 1 or 2 mocks, so you'll understand how to write paper and whether I am able to complete my paper or not. Because completing 100 mark paper is very important in audit. If you write 60 mark paper, it is difficult to get 40. But if you have written 100 mark paper, it is possible to get 40 from that. Second thing, since MCQs are there, if you don't give mock paper, then you will be on a tough game whether I should start MCQ first or 70 mark paper first. What I would suggest, in that 15 minutes which you get your question paper, try to first read 70 mark ka paper. Try to first read 70 mark ka paper. Do an ABC analysis. A, B, C. A stands for I know this question entirely. B stands for I know this question 60 to 80%. C stands for I know this question less than 50%. मेरे को नहीं आता, थोड़ा बहुत ही आता है, सुना हुआ है. ठीक है, so make an ABC analysis. Question के बाजू में लिख दो ABC, ABC, ABC. Then you see which question has maximum A. So for example, question number 3 has maximum A. So start with question number 3 first. Question number 4 has 2A and 1B. So start with question number 4 second. In on that way, you will come to a sequence. हाँ मेरे को ये छोड़ना है, ये नहीं छोड़ना है. So this all has to be done very quickly within 10 minutes. And for last 5 minutes, go to your MCQ sheet. See the MCQ. First before going on MCQ sheet, you should be thorough with your sequence. So how I will be writing my 70 mark paper and whether I am able to get 40. First target should be able to see whether I am able to write 70 to 60% of the 60 marks पेपर आउट ऑफ द 70 मार्क्स पेपर. मेरे को 50 60 मार्क्स का पेपर आता है कि नहीं, वो आपको स्ट्रैटेजी पहले देखना है. सो दैट 50% आई एम अज्यूमिंग इफ यू आर एबल टू राइट 50 मार्क्स का पेपर, 50% मिलेगा. 25 आ रहा है ना, बाकी का 15-20 मार्क्स आई विल स्कोर फ्रॉम एमसीक्यू. नाउ गो टू द एमसीक्यू sheet. So last 5 minutes, I'm assuming within 10 minutes you're able to analyze the strategy and how the flow of your answer sheet will go. Now come down to MCQ sheet and see whether you are able to answer the MCQs prima facie by reading first time. If you're able to answer, start down with MCQ, complete whatever MCQ you all know. The reason for telling you to start MCQ pehle is when you all come to the final hour of your paper, you all tend to make mistakes. ठीक है, A का गलती से भी B हो गया while circling the answer, it will be a big mistake. So don't do that mistake. Try to do MCQ पहले so that वो काम माइंड रहेगा ना, फटाफट हो जाएगा, अच्छे से हो जाएगा. So that at least out of 25 और 20 जो भी एमसीक्यू आ रहे हैं, इफ यू आर नोइंग 12 to 13, ऑब्वियसली आएगा. अगर इतना पढ़ाई किया तो 12-13 एमसीक्यू तो आएगा ही. ऐसा नहीं होगा कि एक भी एमसीक्यू नहीं आ रहा है. सो ट्राई टू फिनिश ऑफ दोस 12-13 एमसीक्यू एंड रेस्ट 7 एमसीक्यू कीप इन योर माइंड कि हाँ ये क्वेश्चन है. बीच बीच अगर याद है तो कंप्लीटेड, नहीं आता है तो मेक श्योर कि बाय 4 PM take a break, come back to MCQ, finish those MCQ, whether you all know or don't know, because there is no negative mark, write anything. But finish first MCQ, then come down to 70 mark paper and make sure that you complete 70 mark. Till 4 PM, you should write whatever you all know. मतलब your aim should be to complete within 1 hour 40 mark का पेपर, within 2 hour 80 mark का पेपर. और अगर नहीं हुआ तो लास्ट के 1 घंटे में जो स्पीड से लिखना लिखो, बट योर पेपर शुड बी कंप्लीटेड. राइट एनीथिंग, राइट जो स्पीड से लिखना लिखो. एनीथिंग इन द सेंस थोड़ा बहुत रिलेटेड. फॉर एग्जांपल अगर बैंकिंग कंपनी का क्वेश्चन आया कि मेरे को क्वेश्चन नहीं आता, इट इज सी कैटेगरी क्वेश्चन, बट आई नो समथिंग विद रिस्पेक्ट टू एमपी के ऊपर पूछा है. सो राइट डाउन 2-3 लाइन व्हाटएवर यू ऑल रिमेंबर in that 1 hour, so that at least you have complete paper. That is very important. So yeah, this was my strategy for with respect to how to write paper, how to utilize those 15 minutes, how to go for revision, last day strategy, subject specific strategy. I hope this might help you. And in case if you have any question or any further detail which you all want to know, you all can write a comment down, or maybe you all can contact me on LinkedIn or through WhatsApp or anything. I will be happy to share any further queries which you have. Thank you.